As last week we started with Exchange Club Minute, a little educational minute, and again, I'm sorry that Bonnie wasn't here to fill in a little more about the foundation and what they do. So for this week, I wanted to talk a little bit about one of my favorite projects, the Freedom Shrine. As most of you are aware, John and Doug are chairing the Freedom Shrine Committee this year and are currently in the process of identifying and getting the status of any of the Freedom Shrines that we have installed, which we know are at the Town Hall, Salem High School, Center School in Windham, Canobie Lake Park,
St. Joseph's.
Boys and Girls Club, St. Joseph's.
For our guests, could you explain what a Freedom
Get into
Shrine
that.
is?
That's why this is the Exchange Education Minute. So, many of you know what the Freedom Shrine is. Several of you have actually seen one, and a few of you have attended a grand opening. Dedication, thank you. But did you know that the Freedom Shrine actually was developed after a project called the Freedom Train, which initially debuted in 1947. At the time, there was a desire to tour all 48 states at the time with documents to promote American heritage, American citizenship, and a lot of this, and I'm trying to the idea was developed because of the increase of lawlessness in the United States and the growing danger of subversive activity. The American people need a reawakening of appreciation for their heritage. So I read that as McCarthyism, right, in 1947. But at the cost of $1 million in 1947, which is $14 million today, they collected the original documents that you see on the Freedom Shrine that we have on the walls, put them in a train, a Pullman train, and for 2 years went from city to city and allowed people to walk through the train, view these documents, leave a donation if you'd like. It was a traveling wall with original copies of the U.S. Constitution encased in lucite. They had ice in the bottom of the train so that they could regulate the temperature and the humidity. It's fascinating stuff. So I've brought for you, at great personal expense. Would you pass those out for me? It's 4 pages, and I don't expect you to read it now, but it's super interesting reading. So after this, and I guess, I mean, at the time, there was, as now, kind of a crisis in Americanism, if you will, in the country. And I think that this spurred a guy at the Exchange Club to say, hey, I've got a great idea. Why don't we start this Freedom Shrine project? And that's what's developed into this national project that we all do. And I think that's fascinating. I think that's absolutely fabulous. And we have continued that with our mystery number of installations that we're soon to identify and rehabilitate. We have also put together freedomshrine.com. Most of you know of that. How many people have actually visited freedomshrine.com? Excellent. I know that you have.
I want to be I want to be one of the cool kids, yes.
So the nice thing about that website is we have had dozens, maybe even hundreds of requests from people around the country wanting to know how they can get a Freedom Shrine, how they can fix a Freedom Shrine. There's actually, and you can buy it on eBay for $9, there's actually a Freedom Shrine textbook that was in the past given out at Freedom Shrine dedications. So I did not have enough time, with my shipping schedule to get one prior to this meeting, nor did I have enough ink to make 74-page copies for all of you Jim-Oaks. Did you pass those out? So I have included here a list of a brief summary on the Freedom Shrine, and on the back is a list of the actual documents that are installed. I would encourage all of you to go to freedomshrine.com and once Doug and John get our census done, maybe we'll take a field trip or two to visit those.
On behalf of the Exchange Club of Salem, New Hampshire, I'd like very much to thank Canobie Lake Park for their commitment to history and for including our Freedom Shrine in their history curriculum in the historic dance hall at Canobie Lake Park. You can explore a very interesting history of not only the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, but there are things like inaugural addresses, the Gettysburg Address, but it's unique in history because it's not just those documents you think of when you think of American documents. It's very unique stuff, and we hope you'll take a look. And important, check freedomshrine.com. It's a website hosted and created by the Salem Exchange Club, and it's used by universities, the government, schools, students across the country as a research tool, and we're very proud of it. We'd like you very much to take a look. It's www.freedomshrine.com.